It's been nearly a week since a statue that has been standing in Mobile nearly 120 years was taken down in the dead of night. And now the Admiral Semmes Confederate monument remains in limbo as Mobile and cities across the South reevaluate tributes to soldiers from that war. But how much do Mobilians know about the man behind the statue? Investigative reporter Brendan Kirby has been digging into the history, and he joins me now live. So Brendan, who was Semmes?
Shelby, Semmes is a controversial figure now, but that decidedly was not the case in June 1900 when the city unveiled the statue that would stand for 12 decades. A massive crowd gathered at Royal Street and Duncan Place for the event, which drew the mayor, the late Admiral's daughter, the Catholic Bishop of Mobile, and William J. Sanford, who was running what would be a successful campaign for governor. Perhaps foreshadowing the current debate, Sanford spoke of the importance of remembering Semmes. The Mobile Daily Register quoted him as saying, "That posterity, failing to appreciate and perpetuate the worth of its ancestors, will itself leave its posterity nothing worth preserving in marble." Who was Semmes? The details of his life fill 7 biographies. The inscription on the statue summarizes his life like this: sailor, patriot, statesman, scholar, and Christian gentleman. In reality, he was full of contradictions. He was a fiercely loyal Mobilian who was born and raised in Maryland and spent a majority of his life outside of Alabama. He was a slave owner who married the daughter of a prominent abolitionist from Ohio. He was a career naval officer who didn't merit much note until the Civil War made him a legend. He spent that war sailing around the world looting Union vessels. He's been described as the most successful raider of commercial ships in maritime history. But it's the issue of slavery that has his place above Bankhead Tunnel under fire today. His views were conventional for the time, which is to say he supported the institution. He both owned and rented slaves, and although he was never a large-scale slave holder, he supported the Southern cause in his contemporary writings. His writings also provide a window into how early Southern revisionism began. In his post-war memoir, he insisted that the issue of the conflict was not slavery, but tariffs. And one interesting historical footnote, Semmes fought in the Mexican-American War and found himself manning a howitzer atop a church rooftop outside of Mexico City. On the other side of that roof was a young Army lieutenant that you may have heard of, Ulysses S. Grant. Reporting live for Fox 10 News, this is Brendan Kirby.